Welcome to Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. Paul Hendrick alongside Joe Bowen in Game 2 of the Leafs three-game trek through Western Canada. Joe, we didn't get a chance to talk to either Austin or Connor here today, both taking the young optional in terms of addressing the media, and perhaps that's a good thing. But it's always great when we get to see two of the young superstars go head-to-head, and they've not disappointed.
No, they haven't, and they're obviously the face of the National Hockey League going forward, and I don't blame them. This is, I don't think I've ever seen as many media types in a dressing room as I did in the Edmonton room prior to the game this afternoon. So having said that, I think it's, give them a day off, and I think that as far as Matthews is concerned, it was probably a good idea just to kind of get away and relax a little bit. The Leafs played very well in Calgary, and now all of a sudden this road trip is set up, and then all of a sudden you find out that Cam Talbot's not going to be able to play, and so that it's going to be the second string goaltender who's in against them tonight. They were on a long road trip coming home. They did win against Arizona, but this is a team that has struggled mightily this year with or without Connor McDavid. So the Maple Leafs are in good position, and then they go to Vancouver, and the Canucks have been on a long road trip just coming home, so that will set up nicely for them as well. If they play the type of game they did in Calgary and play that kind of discipline, they're liable to come out with 3 wins through Western Canada.
Well, Austin Matthews has to remain healthy. He did not partake in this morning's skate for the Maple Leafs. With more, let's go to head coach Mike Babcock. Update Austin's situation if there's
playing tonight. He's got a cold.
Teams of in terms of keeping a big team like Edmonton and their speed to the perimeter, how difficult is that as one of the bigger clubs?
Well, I mean, just in general, you got to play right, and you have to do it every night. When you go from team to team in the league, there's hardly any difference between them. These guys got skill down the middle of the rink for sure, and so we got to do our best to make sure they don't have the puck flying through the middle of the rink.
You get up for challenges like this. It just seems like you kind of elevate your game when you play against.
Of course. I love playing against special players and guys that are going to push me to compete harder and to become a better player myself. So that's why I always love going against guys of his caliber, is because I think in the end it makes me a better player, and in making me a better player, it makes me better for my team.
What does pregame tell you about Toronto in terms of balance and what you guys have to, as three pairs, have to worry about here tonight?
Yeah, it's a very balanced attack. I think throughout their lineup they have guys that can make you pay if you give them too much space, too much time. So for us, it's going to be important that no matter who's on the ice, no matter what time of the game it is, we're always on our toes. We're always aware of what's going on.
Toronto's projected lineup here tonight includes the same lineup that defeated the Calgary Flames on Tuesday night. Tonight's game can be seen locally at 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock in Toronto on TSN4. Joe and Jim will have the call on radio, of course, on Sportsnet, the Fan 590. Our coverage here on Leafs Nation Network is set to begin at 8 o'clock. Joe Bowen and I will see you then.